And that's a whole challenge. When I started the practice of the Tao, I was not looking for immortality. I mean, I was not looking for longevity either. I was looking to escape my own early death. I was looking for healing. And see, after I had my cancer treatment, and actually my oncologist, my cancer doctor, is Dr. Narwin, who will be speaking, I think, next week or the week after. I mean, he's really a wonderful doctor. What's so great about Dr. Narwin is that he, besides that he's a very good doctor, but he's also very kind. And he believes that when someone who has cancer change the lifestyle, the way they think, or they live with, he believes the well-being of a patient, which helps a lot when he deals with the patients. Like I could tell him that, oh, I'm doing the Qigong, I'm doing acupuncture. I mean, usually some cancer doctors, they don't like that. But for him, it's more important that the patient can do what she wants to do. And that's bring about the healing, you know, the freedom and the feeling that they should be happy. So after I had my surgery and chemotherapy, after I finished chemotherapy, I started the meditation with Dr. Manol. When I started with him, I still didn't have hair. I was still going through the chemotherapy. And the meditation is really wonderful. Dr. Manol helped me a lot. But then at one point, I realized that I needed more than the mind technique. I needed the physical technique. And somehow I found this the Taoist technique, which actually the technique that uses the body. For example, if you want to meditate well, right, you need to have a better system of the body. You better have the, what do you call it, the flow of the life force has to be better. Okay, not even meditation. If you want to listen to the lecture better with concentration, you have to have the flow of the body better. So let's do some exercise again so that maybe we can have better concentration. Hello, can you hear me? A little bit further away. Sit. Oh, sure. But before we have to hit the hui yin, the perineum, because that is the opposite of the crown. This is the bai hui. ได้ไหมคะ? See, if we sit like this, it's a little bit tiring, right? So you want to move. One way to move the qi or the life force in the body is to move the spine. So we can, okay, so the spine, we have the skull, and we have the vertebrae, and then we have the big bone here is called the sacrum. I think it's Thai, it's called Grabenip. It's full of energy. And we can imagine that this one is like a tail, like we are a dragon, this is a dragon tail. So we have this dragon tail, we move the dragon tail so that you feel the energy coming up. Try to move just the tail, not the shoulders. You feel like tingling sensation coming up. Give yourself better energy. Sit at the edge of the chair. So we do all the animal exercise, the dragon tail. And then we do the crane neck. You know, the crane has very long neck. So it's like we use this chin to draw the circle. Okay, so it's like this. Okay, breathe in. And then breathe out. Breathe in. The idea is to move the spine. Breathe out.
Are you breathing out with your mouth or nose?
Huh? Okay, breathe in.
With mouth or nose?
Nose, normally. Normal breathing. Breathe out to the nose. Breathe in. Lengthen the spine. And then curve your back. Again, breathe in. Try to match the breath with the movement. Okay, that was the crane. And now, turtle. It's the reverse. Breathe out. And then this giant turtle emerging from water. And breathe in. Breathe out. And use the hands and push. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Okay? Yes? I cannot hear you.
Yes. Could you please go up the stage?
On the stage?
Yes,
okay.
Because I'm on the back and cannot be in this room.
Squeeze out all the air and then breathe in. Again, breathe out. Then breathe in. Breathe out. Then breathe in. Okay, now stop. See if your concentration is a bit better. Okay, so that's something you can do when you're working. Like, somebody asked me about back pain. Well, these days we get back pain because we sit for too long. We don't force ourselves to get out of the chair. Sometimes we sit on the computer for hours. So always like every half an hour or at least an hour, move the body. Or like, you can do this crane neck, turtle neck, and what's the other one? The dragon. Okay. So you can always do this just to move the energy in the body so that it doesn't get stuck and you don't have the back pain, you don't have the neck pain. Okay. So then we continue with the the lecture. Okay. Immortality, what does it mean? Let's say if we can live forever, do we want to live that long? Let's say if we become immortal, what will we be doing when we don't die? Doesn't sound so nice.
You're suffering because you're watching your loved one die.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It's suffering because if your loved one cannot live longer as you are suffering.
If your loved one cannot
live long as you live. You live. You are immortal, but your loved one is not. So it's suffering.
So we're talking about we're all immortals. So this sounds like the vampire movie, right? You have to make your loved one also immortal. Immortality in a Taoist term is not living forever with this body. When you look at religion, like you look at Christianity, you look at Buddhism, Hinduism, I think we all agree on one thing, that we think we have the body and the soul, right? Right? So in our religion, we know that we have the body and the soul. And it seems like the soul is immortal. So what's the point of practicing immortality if the soul is already immortal and the soul has to one point leave the body, right? It doesn't make sense. Okay, so I'll try to simplify this concept of immortality. Immortality is actually like we upgrading the soul. We improve the soul. I don't really want to compare different religions together because it's quite different, but to make some to make it very simple for us to understand, immortality in Taoism, it's similar or it's the same line as Buddhist nirvana. However, nirvana is a higher state. So maybe immortality in Taoist thinking is more like being bodhisattva, being bodhisattva. It's a little bit like that, but not really the same because it's two different approaches. But the thing is that it's about making our soul and spirit, upgrading the soul and spirit. Okay. If you want, you can take photographs of these slides. This one is a little bit complicated, but anyway, just to give you an idea of the theory of the Tao. You know, in Buddhism, we have soul, right? And the soul reincarnate, like after our body, after we die, it goes into another birth, right? So we have Buddhism, we have reincarnation. We have only one soul. But the Taoists never talk about reincarnation. Whether they don't believe it or but more like they believe we have to deal with the life today as it is, and don't worry about past life or future life. We have to work in this life. In the theory of the Tao, when we were born, we receive original spirit. It's called the original spirit. In Chinese is Yuan Shen. See the first one, Yuan Shen. That's what, at the moment of conception, we receive Yuan Shen. And the Yuan Shen, let's say, stays in the heart. And the Yuan Shen splits into 5 organs. They become soul and spirit. So the Yuan Shen split to the liver and becomes the Hun soul in the liver. And then it goes into the kidneys, become the E. And it goes into the spleen and becomes, it goes to the lung, become the P. And it goes into the spleen and becomes, the kidneys become the Zhi. Okay, don't worry about the terms of the Chinese. But the most important thing is that we have soul and spirit in our 5 major organs. So in the Tao, the 5 major organs are very important. Okay, what are the most important 5 major organs again? Liver, kidneys, lungs, spleen, heart. So this theory is not only the Tao, all the Chinese medicine and anything has to do with the Chinese culture always work on this five organs, which are 5 elements. And see, it's interesting. They have soul and spirit. So some is soul, some is spirit. So whenever Master gives a talk, the first question will be, what's the difference between soul and spirit? Okay, to make it very simple, it's almost like soul and spirit. One is male, one is female. One is yin, one is yang.